Well, good evening, everybody. I hope y'all are doing well and everybody's staying warm and dry. And you're not snowed in if you're somewhere that's getting snow. Y'all, this weather is crazy and I'm over it already. I'm ready for some springtime, some sunshine, warmer weather. I've had 2 days of cold and I'm fed up. I'm completely fed up. It does not do good for my psyche, all this cold and rainy crap and everything else. But enough of that. Enough of that. Um, there's been so much that's been going on, and um, I've got something so precious for y'all tonight, and I think you're really going to love it. And we're probably going to hit on a lot of different things. Um, but before we do that, I want to start out by saying thank you to some very special people. Hotspot, thank you so much for your super stickers and for your membership support of this channel. I appreciate you so much. Twisted Tea, thank you so much for your membership to this channel. And my mental midget, oh, I just adore you, lady. I thank you. You're always so generous and kind. You know that it's never required, but it's much appreciated. Miss Canada, thank you so much for your 6.99 Canadian. I don't know what it's Canadian something, but thank you for that. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. And Hotspot coming in again with the $2 super sticker. Thank you very much for supporting this channel. It is greatly appreciated. Um, you know, I want each and every one of y'all to be aware that I see you in chat. I see who's here supporting. And even if I don't take, the 5 or 10 minutes to call every single person out by name, I do see you all. And I appreciate you all very much for stopping in and supporting the channel. Give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down, like, subscribe, share, all the good things. Um, so one thing that I've noticed as of late is that the chats um who um hang on just a second, y'all. Oh shit. Make me have a fucking heart attack. Um anyways, so the chats have been a place where people have been going in, and of course you've got some people that Dale, it's good to see you stop by. Thank you so much, Pew Pew. I appreciate it. And hey Barbara, it's good to see you. I hope everything's going well for you and you're doing much better. Um so yeah, the chats have I did Dale C. I'm sorry, I get behind in the chat. I've been trying to have to rush to catch up because y'all people go so fast. Hey, Banshee Hunter, it's good to see you. And Lucy Lou, happy. Joe, Stepher. See, now I feel bad because I start saying hi to people and talking to people, and I feel like I need to stop and just say Mare and Nat Kelly and Fox and Freya and Freeside, Green Eyes, Shelley Ray, Joe, happy. Mayor, Grandma G, Star, Miss Canada, Miss Barbara Warren, Hot Spot, Georgia Peach, good to see you. Farmer Fred Smith, what do they call you, you little slippery sucker? Is that what you said earlier? Intuitive, it's good to see you. And Lambrow, Twisted Tea, I think I got everybody. Keep it simple. Let's see, who else did I forget? Georgia Girl, I think Barefoots was here earlier. Okay, I think I got everybody now. So, anyways, um, so yeah, I'm good, Steffers. Just cold. It is very, very cold. Hey, Grizzly. So the chats have been, you've got people that'll come in and stir it up and wanting to start the chat going off the rails or whatever, or stuff like that. And then everybody has a tendency at times to, you know, we've seen it all happen. Gang up on one or two people, and when you're in the hot seat, it does feel like the weight of the world on your shoulders. And while some people deserve to be in the hot seat, one thing I do ask is that we keep it as classy as possible. And I'm not. It's not a specific statement towards anybody. It's just a blanket request in general. Thank you so much for that commercial. Jessica Lynn, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing okay. So, a couple of things that I'd like to address about the last couple of days. Number one, if you're contacting me or coming at me to play games with me, please be aware. And I say this to everybody, I've made no secrets of it. I keep every communication. I keep every text message. I keep every email that is sent. And it's not necessarily to have ammunition for later, but it's to cover my own ass. Because for the last couple of years, I've watched how things go down on here. And I'm not a Riri. I have a little bit of intelligence. A little. May not be a whole lot, but I got a little. And so I say that to say, I'm not going to just go make up shit about people just to make it up. Do you really, Fox? I don't. I started the practice a long time ago. Because every time I delete something, I end up needing it for something later. And it doesn't matter if it's a picture, if it's a receipt, or whatever. I always end up needing some. And so I've just gotten to where I don't delete things. Now, if they get deleted because of time or whatever, absolutely. And I do have a folder of nipple pictures that people send me every year for my birthday. Because that's what I have a shit show. That's what I asked for my birthday. I don't want the whole boob. I just want the nipple. That's all. Is that too much to ask? But anyway, I say that to say that number one, I don't just willy-nilly go around sharing people's information or stuff that they sent me or things like that. But if you're playing games with me and you want to try to cross me out or put me in the line of fire, or you want to spin a false narrative, or you want to start some shit, I will whip it out on you. And I'm just being upfront. I'm telling everybody right now, I want you to know. Because when it comes around, and people go, oh, I see now how you are. No, you've known how I was for the last 2 years. I haven't changed. I may have grown and matured in some areas, and I may have regressed in some. No, I do not show the nipple pictures unless I'm given permission, which isn't very often, but just saying. Hey, twin mama, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing all right and staying warm. Do y'all have snow up there? Hey, 406, tardy to the party. So anyways, I'm not here to play games with people. I'm really not. I'm not on this side. I'm not on that side. And I've pretty much come to the conclusion at this point, it's probably best for me to start staying out of chats. And just sit back and do some watching. Because it's unfortunate when things like what happened on Homegrowns today happens. and you go somewhere because you've been going there long before Jellyfish Jim showed up. And you start having a decent chat until he shows up. And then all of a sudden he starts talking shit. And then they wonder why these chats and these streams always have fighting and yelling and screaming. It's crazy. So basically, what happened is Homegrown had a show this evening. Went in, listened to a little music. We were all chit chatting. He wanted to talk about like the wildfires and something else. And we're just bebopping along for a bit. Of course, Jonelle has to be the first person up on panel, which I think is so funny. But we'll get to her in a minute. And then, we're just sitting in there chatting. There was a mixed bag of people, as always, and they're just chatting, having a good time. And then here comes Jim. And so he thinks that he got 9 of my videos taken down. He did not. Motherfucker doesn't know how to add. There's 7. He says that, well, they've made up several different stories. First, it was other people's shows that were slapped down, and they hadn't even started on theirs yet. And now it's, he slapped them all down, and Mark doesn't have anything to do with it and whatnot. But all of the counter notifications have been forwarded. So, sue me. And I hope he keeps that same energy when those videos come back. Oh, yeah, Fox. I saw that too. Oh, trust me. I got it. Yeah, keep it simple. He can't stay straight on numbers whatsoever. Whatsoever. And so, anyhow, so he starts talking about this and what, you're crazy. Why aren't you doing this? And why aren't you doing that? Well, Jim, it's because I'm just a little bit more intelligent than you, bud. But I ain't done with you yet. Not yet. Um, what's when he said he got your show from last night? It's still up, isn't it? Hey, Gen X, it's good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Um, Here's what I want to say. Last night, and I'll get back to doing commentary very, very soon. Very soon. Um, but last night on Johnny Yarbrough's, I'll start here. Whenever Jim started talking about my channel getting struck down, Homegrown starts laughing. I sat back and I've been watching Homegrown for a while because now, mind you, I've never had a problem with him that I was aware of, but I'm starting to see some things now, and I don't know if it's because he's that afraid of Jim or if it's because he just really doesn't like me. Either way it goes, he don't have to worry about me no more. Well, at least not coming up on his panel or anything, because when you sit there and you allow your friends to be shit talked after that man has gone real life on them, and then you lead another person like a lamb to the slaughter to that environment, and then you sit and laugh about the shit that he does to other people like it's funny because you're afraid of him, I guess that means you got you what is it, what did he say before? You got a yellow belly? Is it a yellow belly? Got some rabbit in you? It's sick and disgusting that a grown ass man starts to act like that and can't stand up for himself, for his friends, people he says he cares about. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not walking on eggshells anymore. I'm just not doing it. People can kiss my ass. I'm not here to please everybody. I'm not. I've got the people in my life that I want and need in my life. I don't need anybody else in my life. Oh, yeah, intuitive. I've been around Homegrown a long time. I've been going to his channel for a long time. I think it's funny that he says, where were all these people before I was going? We were there. We were there. It was just you that was late to the party. Another thing that I want to address, since Jim somehow doesn't seem to remember details, which is why he's now got some of his subscribers changing their names because he can't remember who they are and he keeps jumping down their shit thinking there's someone else. What the hell? But Jim, I never said my son graduated from high school. You dumb shit. I don't know where you got that from. Did you buy the wrong yearbook, Jim? Play the interview, Jim. I don't care if you play it. Um, but my son graduated with his GED. Thank you so much. If you had paid attention, you would know that. And Jim, thank you for giving me so much power. You have really spun a narrative that I am so powerful that I'm pulling all these strings in the background and doing all this stuff. And it's so fucking ridiculous because anybody with a little common sense would see right through your bullshit. Well, I guess fortunately for you, you do have some people that surround you that have no common sense. And I thought I was blind with my cock eye. Hey, JD Jenny, it's good to see you. But Jim, paranoia is not a good look, hun. It's just not. An Enoch, that's what an Enoch is a man without balls? I'm thinking. Yeah. Um, so what I want to do is I want to also address another issue that happened today. And that is with Jake. And Jake, while I have not said anything about you, I'm going to address this here and now. I would hope, Jake, that you find you a wonderful group of friends who really, truly support you, who will lead you in the right direction, and who will give as much or more than they take from you. And I don't just mean financially. But Jake, you can keep me blocked on your Cash App because I will never send you another dime. And one piece of advice, take it or leave it. Hey, Jen, it's good to see you. One piece of advice, you can take it or leave it, is when someone does something kind for you, regardless of the circumstance, don't cut your blessings off by shitting on that person because of what someone else told you, especially when what they told you wasn't true. So, with that being said, that's all I've got to say about that situation. Moving on to the next order of business. I guess first let me address Graham Knott. So, Graham, I understand that you think that I said definitely that picture was you, which is incorrect, you freak. I asked if that was you, and you got triggered. Triggered. It was a simple yes or no answer. But you really made yourself look completely unhinged with all the nasty, shitty emails trying to blame me for your bullshit. If you're doing something to get back at Crystal Land because of me, well, guess what? You're just looking for an excuse to suck on Jim's nuts and to hurt someone else. I don't know what the emails between you and Crystal Land say other than what has been sent to me. And what I've seen in there was nothing nefarious. If there's other emails that have been sent, they have nothing to do with me. Those were between y'all. The situation was between y'all. So don't get mad at me and take it out on her as a means to have an excuse to do, I guess, what you want to do. I don't know. But if you're mad at me about something, then take it out on me, buddy. Hey, Nick, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Roddy Parade, good to see you also. Um, yes, I know he's asked about it several times. Um, I think it's, I think it's hilarious that he actually how he actually read it and he gets cut off anytime that he starts to talk about it. It's hilarious. Um, Another thing that I will also address is I think that there were some questions last night on Twin Mamas about when the screenshot was that I posted with the whole Bob situation. That was back at the very end of October, first part of first part of no, I think it was like October 26th, 27th, somewhere right around in there. So, um, just a couple of months ago, not that long ago. Now, what I'm going to say is not a matter of trying to work through something or it's I'm not looking for anything with what I'm fixing to say. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful or open up old wounds or anything like that, but I think a lot of people forget that, last November I was ousted from the Fumble Nuts group, went on to do my own thing through the end of the year and the start of the new year. Crystal started going live. She started doing a show. Went on there for a bit and things got sideways and I was the one in the hot seat, which was fine. That was fine. But then for 2 months, I took my channel down and went away. Hey, Stony, it's good to see you, side piece. I hope you're staying dry and you're not moist. um, and during that time, after the first of the year, through when I went, I'll say till probably around, I don't know, maybe October, starting around October the 1st, somewhere around in there. Leanne and I did not have like a shit ton of phone conversations. We didn't talk every day, nothing like that. Neither did Crystal Ann and I. We did exchange phone numbers. We did text. And sometimes we texted quite a bit. Um, there are some things that I shared with Leanne and with Crystal, such as Ruben's feet pictures, a picture of cut and shoot from about 5 years ago. I probably got a couple of screenshots of Betty making funny faces when she was on panel. That's probably about it. But there were some of you folks that when all that was going on, there may have been some with Jim. There may have been some that stayed with Fumble. There was the Twin Mama group. So when things come up now, look, I'm going to tell you, if I did something, I will tell you that I did it. I don't run around lying to people to play games. I don't lie. I try not to lie. I'm not going to say that I've never lied or I'm not a liar. Look, everybody tells tall tales at some point or another. I might tell you, hey, you look great today, but you really look like shit and I don't want to be rude. Hey there, Rhonda. It's good to see you. Hey, Tainted. It's good to see you as well. But I don't go out there and start rumors or tell lies just for the hell of it. I don't do it to be mean. I don't do it. Now, I have opinions, I have thoughts, and I'll be honest, there's quite a few people that in the midst of all the shit going on, I didn't have very high opinions of you. Because I saw and heard the things that were being said about me. And I think that that's normal. That's human behavior, right? So I say all that to say, if anybody out there has a question about anything that you think or want to know if I've said or done, you're more than welcome to ask me. I don't have a problem with that. As for the whole situation with Leanne, sure, Lambrow, go ahead. I'm not going to go back and forth and fight with Leanne. I'm not going to do the tit for tat. I know that that's what she likes. I know that she thrives on it. And then she says, oh, I'm done with it, blah, 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 whatever. I get it. And nip good God, not bio? Huh? How many nitpicks do I really have? Oh, I have, golly, a bunch. I have a bunch. I'll just be honest with you. All shapes, sizes, colors, all that. Male, female. I don't discriminate when it comes to the nips. As long as they're over 21, I'm good. And they're alive. Oh, I can't tell you that, girl, Ryan. I can't tell you whose nip is my favorite. That's confidential information. Yep. You know, Leanne and I got along very well. Very well. Until we didn't. And I'm not out here trying to just go after and attack and whatever. But just like she says she is, I'm not just going to sit back and let you spin a false narrative and not show proof. If I have it, I'm going to show it. And I'll just say that it's funny that she watched everything happen and I've been great. No, I do not grow weed. I've been great up until I disagreed with what she had to say about me on panel. But I can be an adult. And I'm, like I said, I'm not gonna go back and forth in the tit for tat and all of that bullshit. I'm just not. So it's a distraction. Uh, she half-ass listens and then takes what she thinks she heard and twists that to fit whatever she wants it to fit for the moment. And then she tries to make it like she's done so much to fight for you that she just can't do it anymore. And that's the furthest thing from the fucking truth. And she knows it. So, oh, green eyes. I was like, if I could grow it, I would, but I can't. Yes, Rhonda, I agree. I agree. Um, They are live with Nick. I got one of her. It's been, I don't know, it's been a hot second ago, and I felt kind of creepy because I screenshotted it and I sent it to her, and it is the funniest thing ever. And I want to use it so bad in one of my videos, but I'm not going to do that. So now my damn dog's over here biting. I don't know. Homegrown said something earlier about every time he goes live, his dogs go nuts. Well, every time I go live, I've got one dog that wants to bite my feet while I'm sitting here. I don't know what's up with that. It's crazy. So, anyways, I want to go ahead and we're gonna have a little fun. I don't know. Yes, I'm sick of the double standards as well. I can relate to that. Twin, mine does that too sometimes. Between the licking and the biting, and I'm ticklish too. Oh my goodness gracious. It is no buenos. I be sniggling and giggling and like he's doing it right now, and I want to start laughing and snorting, and I think he probably thinks that I'm talking to him. Hey, no problem, Turpy. No problem at all. I appreciate you stopping in. So yeah, I've got a couple of funny things that I want to play for you guys, and then I got something else I want to share with y'all too. So this first little video here is a little video that I made. Hang on just a second. I got so much going on. Oh, that was cute. So here's the first one called True Love Story.
Jill is in love, and she wants to know if that's true.
What?
I don't understand. I'm totally lost.
Okay, Jake and Jim were seeing each other? Wait, what am I reading?
Jake asked about me if you and I were seeing each other, Jim.
Me and you?
I've never met you in my life. There is no, I mean, are you out of your fucking mind? Look at me. I mean, I only date 9s and 10s. That's right. And here's the deal. You know, Lacey is begged for this. And she's not even. I mean, she'd have to get rid of the kids. We've talked about this. Now, Pat, I am interested in you.
With suspicious mind, we can't build our dreams or our streets on suspicious minds.
Okay, so I just had to show those two because I thought that they were funny, and I love the fact that I'm learning how to. Excuse me. Would you stop biting my damn foot, boy? That shit hurt. That was my toe. Don't you go growling at me. What? No. Get your butt down. Get your butt down. Don't you bite me. Sorry. Isn't it funny how Jim was calling someone out for terroristic stuff when one of his little tight knot crew has actually been charged in the past for acts of terrorism? Hiller. Ain't that something? Oh, there's a lot. Twin Mama, she is definitely not a 9 or 10. She's average. She's plain. Yes, Shelley Ray, you did inspire me. Yes, that is Geraldine. Geraldine is a hot mess. She is my alter ego. She does like to sing, but she's a little shy. She might do a little bit more in the future. So just to answer this real quick. She's okay. We went to the vet yesterday. They gave me some medicine to give her, and if it doesn't get better by the time she's done with that, then we're gonna run some more tests and all that good stuff. So, well, Rhonda, both of them are usually vocal, and one of them does not like to leave me alone. So, anyways, yeah, I thought I'd show those two things, but there was something else that where did it go? That I wanted to also show you guys. And I will just say this much. Jim, how does it know? How does it feel knowing that you're spending money to take my channel down and it ain't gonna work? Will you keep that same energy when those videos are restored? Asking for a friend. Hey, Jim, another question I have is, will you ever learn to tell the truth? Because you lie so much you don't even remember what you lie about. I'm just saying. So, oh yeah, he likes spending up other people's money. Oh no, who's gassy? Thank you so much, Shit Show. That's very sweet of you. I really appreciate you. Okay, so let's see here. Now, where did it go? There it goes. Okay, so who's that? Sorry, y'all. Whoever just did that, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I'm trying to get this thing to operate properly for me, and I'm having an issue at the moment. Oh, that was Shit Shows. Okay, it was just moving up the thingy. All right. So, ready for some commentary? I just want to say, just observing, thank you so much for giving me permission to utilize some of your content. You've been very diligent about capturing some of this stuff. And thank you. Thank you again.
Did you get your clothes wet?
So on Monday, I got to go to the government office and pick up my birth certificate. So I'm really excited about that.
Be nice.
Wait a minute. So she don't have no birth certificate. She don't have no social security card. But I think she's got an ID. So everybody knows that you can interview for a job without that stuff. You just can't work more than 3 days legally without providing it for your I-9. So you have 3 federal working days from your first day of work for pay to provide those documents. And I'm sorry, y'all, I've got it up as loud as I can get it. So
I've been applications. I have been putting in applications, but my case manager told me that I need my birth certificate and social security card. So even if I did get a job, they would need to see at least my social security card. Right.
and you know that it requires you to get off of YouTube and go and get those documents. Hell, you could probably do it on the phone. I mean, on the phone you have, the computer. At least your birth certificate. Hell, with your social security card, you go to the social security office and you get a receipt that day. And then they have to send you your actual Social Security card. If you need a birth certificate, you can go online to the Bureau of Vital Statistics. That is the Bureau of Vital Statistics. And you can request a copy of your birth certificate.
Right, and you're going to take care of that on Mondays, but that doesn't stop you from filling out the applications.
No, but the only issue that I still have is I don't know what address to put down. I asked my case manager that, but she never gave me a straight answer.
But wait, I thought that her and her uncle went and got her a post office box. Do y'all remember that? Or am I wrong? I could be wrong. But I really thought that back when she first went into the extended stay, maybe they went to the post office to get something. I sure thought it was for the post office box, but I could be wrong on that one. And I mean, how long has it been now that she's been without a job? And look, we all see it. Like Jim knows. I mean, he's telling everybody she's not going to work. He's saying it, and yet Marzi went out and spent $150 or $160, whatever, on her cell phone. For what? So she could be on YouTube all day. Y'all, this is a fucking clown show if I've ever seen one. These people come on here and they give these sob stories and they want to put up that Cash App and they think it's all fun and games to take. And you know, I actually sat on the phone this afternoon with tears in my eyes talking to someone because I do things out of the goodness of my heart, the kindness of my heart. I really do. I'm not going to send somebody my money haphazardly. And so when I do something out of the kindness of my heart and a person doesn't want to accept that because someone else has driven this false narrative, it makes me not ever want to help another single person in my life. It just turns me off. It really does turn me off. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Shelley, that's the point that I'm pretty much at, you know. Yeah, yeah, Lucy Lou, I can believe it. I can believe it because I mean, look at the two women that were actually her friends from the beef sector. Linda Cushing, I'll definitely keep your son-in-law in my prayers. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, Lucy Lou, she lied her ass off. She was never moving to Texas. Her life is one big lie. Period. It's one big lie. And Jim, you didn't find her damn biological father. Just observing found him. And you wouldn't have known anything about it had you not been popping off at the mouth thinking you knew something. And I corrected you in chat and told you who he really was. But that's what you do. You take all this information from people, and then you play like you figured it out. That's what you did with all the families that you con money out of, in my opinion. Yep, I agree, Lucy Lou. I absolutely agree with that. No, I agree. I don't think she ever has. I really don't. And I had backed up off of her. Um, and I'm not, this isn't going hard at her. This is being honest and truthful. Something that apparently neither she or Jim know how to be.
Well, then, even if you don't see her, ask one of the people who work that desk and just say, listen, she never answered me. What should I put down? Wait a minute. Okay. I thought that you were living with a friend. Roommate. No.
Well, he's a little bit behind. I mean, wasn't he on panel last night with them? Or did I miss something? Uh-huh. It's because, American Honey, she listens to the lingo that other people use. And then she uses that and tries to manipulate people that way. Yeah, she must enjoy being there, Rhonda, because she ain't trying to do nothing to get herself out of that situation, waiting for somebody to come with a handout. And I really have to laugh at the fact that where's her PIN number? How you gonna get that? How you gonna get that check if you haven't verified? I'm just curious. Ask my friend. Not that it's any of my business, because I'll get my check regardless. Thank you so much. And I don't know why she led those people in the beef sector to believe that I was one of those original people that came over there. I've never been to the beef sector until I went to Lady Snoop's channel. Now, I did go watch something from the Sobriety Lounge, but I mean, she had already done that live like a year prior. So, stop. Would you stop? Good grief. You're like having a toddler. Well, Danielle, then she turned around and said that she didn't go because she didn't feel like it. Georgia girl, just during the day. Like, they're not going to do the day stuff there. I think she'll still be able to stay there at night. Well, I don't, I'm not for that, Lips. I am not for that at all. Yes, Mountain Girl, Marzi did enable her. And Marzi's going to learn the hard way. And it's unfortunate because Marzi doesn't have a lot to give. We've all seen Marzi struggle, but she did something out of the kindness of her heart. And guess what? Janelle used that shit to her advantage and don't give a fuck. Because if Jim told Janelle to get rid of Marzi right now, she'd do it. And then laugh and lie about how she got the phone. Just like she tried to say that that never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. Yep, I agree, Shelly Ray. That's about where I'm at. No, she said it on there too, Georgia girl. I heard her. Because everybody in chat went left. I know, get to know. I'm so excited about you getting to go up on Jaguar Rights panel. That is super cool right there. Junk, it's good to see you. Beth Hammond, good to see you as well. Yeah, I guess I missed something about the job fair thing. I don't know. But anyways, we'll get back to this real quick.
I'm at a homeless shelter.
She's wearing that like a badge of honor.
Indeed. So those are the two easiest for me to use.
Right. But yeah, definitely get some filled out because they won't need to see that documentation until you're hired. So you can apply and then they'll interview you and then you'll get hired. So you've got time yet.
Marzi, you are speaking too much truth to her. She doesn't understand because she don't want to work.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. She knows that shit. That woman knows exactly what she's doing. I'm sorry, y'all, but these people that act like they're not right in the head or they have these disabilities and stuff, look, I'm not going to attack people, but it's just like the situation with Jake. All of a sudden, he needs a camera. His iPad's broken. Can I put my Cash App up? That's what they're breeding over there. Yes, this was today, Miss Canada. Hey, Justin Jones. Yes, that's right, Lips. With autism, you're super smart in certain situations.
Were you supposed to have an interview today?
Yes, I did not go.
Why?
Because there's going to be a job fair next week that I'm going to go to on Wednesday.
What? You already had an interview for a job and you just don't go because there's going to be a job fair next Wednesday? That's another week. And these people are accepting this because Jim tells them to. Things that make you go, make you scratch your head, huh? I know it does me.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. Why would you blow that interview off?
I just didn't feel like going. I'm just being honest.
Wow. Just wow. Yeah, she's definitely not autistic. Exactly, Lucy Lou. All it is gimme, gimme, gimme. Who else do we know that says that? No, Junk, she's not moving out of state. That was all a lie. It's natural, Buster. Fox, most of mine have been the same way. There have been very few that wasn't a hire on the spot. Straight up. Rhonda, I agree. And I love to help and I love to support people who are doing good things. I have no problem with that. I enjoy being able to give. Um, I'm in a financial position in my life where I'm able, and um, since I don't get to spend money on my grandkids, I have extra money. And when I see, oh, thank you so much for the Cash App. That is awesome. I appreciate you so much. Love you long time. Love you long time. um, I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, I hit a pothole, but yeah, it was a job fair. And she gonna walk into that job fair knowing she ain't gonna get none one of them jobs because she ain't got no resume. Yeah. But I mean, look, she's learning it. She's learning it, or she learned it, right? So, oh, keep it simple about moving to California. Well, apparently, the the lady that she was going to move to California with, um, was serious about helping her, and then heard how her children were talked about, I guess, and she wants nothing to do with it at this point. She said that she doesn't want her business put out there. She doesn't want her peace disrupted, and she doesn't want content made out of her life. So, yeah, I mean, girl, Ryan, that's all she does is at every turn. See, I like you too. I thought she had the ID and not the Social Security card. And if she's got a Social Security card, she doesn't need her freaking birth certificate. You need a picture ID, a state issued or a government issued photo identification, and either a Social Security card with no restrictions or a birth certificate with the seal. Or if you have a passport, you can use just your passport. Keep it simple. No one to go. Yep, exactly. She sits inside a McDonald's that's hiring, but said she didn't apply because she didn't have an address. It's across from the homeless shelter. I mean, that pretty much tells you all you really need to know, right? So, Buster, if she moves in with Ruben, she probably ain't gonna make it long. He'll end up uh showing her how to sleep comfortably at the bottom of the swimming pool. So, yeah, it's pretty wild. Yeah, I'm telling y'all what the law is, the federal law across the board to get a job. If you can go look it up on the E-Verify website from USCIS government website, you need a list A document, and a list A document is going to be like your passport that's not expired. If you're a permanent resident, you'll need your permanent resident card. Or if you're here and you're authorized to work, you would need that card. If you don't use a list A document, you have to use a combination of B and C approved documents. That is typically a state issued ID or driver's license. It can be a school ID if you're like still in school or whatever. And there's a couple of more things you can use there. Military ID, I think, is one. But it has to have a photo of you on it, and it cannot be expired. And then you can use a List C document, or you have to use a List C if you go with the B option, which is going to be your Social Security card or like a birth certificate. So, well, Justin, I don't really know about that. It wouldn't surprise me. Happy, she said she just wasn't gonna do that. Keep it simple. I don't know exactly how that would work. I would think that it's highly unlikely, but you just never know. Oh yes, how could we forget that? So, yes, I like you too.
That's gotta stop.
I know.
But what
She knows it ain't gonna stop. She's just gonna keep on doing it as long as everybody keeps calling her. So, especially, well, we know how this is gonna end. It's gonna end in a disaster for her.
what if this is the one place that was ready to hire you like starting next week? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you blew it off. I mean, that's just
Well, that's
Marcy, how does that make you feel? I'm just curious. I mean, you don't owe me an answer, an explanation, but I would suspect that it probably not only hurt your feelings and disappointed you, but made you quite upset to know that all she wanted was that phone. That was it. Fuck everything else.
that's just
well, that's gonna be one of the people that are gonna be there at the job fair on Wednesday.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you that if I were working for that place and I saw you at the job fair, I wouldn't set you up for a second interview. Did you at least call?
Oh yeah, she completely lost any opportunity at that little old job because she didn't feel like it. Mm. Y'all have fun with that.
Did you at least call them?
Oh yes, I did call them and I let them know I was going to be able to make it.
Oh, so what you should have done was
Yeah, Marcy, she used that phone you bought her to call them and cancel her interview.
go ahead and do that interview that you had set up. And then if they said, okay, you got the job, you could still go to the job fair. And if you come up with something better that pays better, then you could have snagged it. Exactly.
Well, that would have meant that she had to do something today besides be on YouTube. Are you kidding me? This is better than the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Yeah, that's true. Real quick. Margie, the girl ain't gonna do nothing. Quit lecturing her because it's getting old. Because she'll do it when she wants, and that's what I'm saying. You're wasting your breath. Go on and we'll watch you and just stay homeless and don't have food and don't have clothes or shelter anymore. Just do it. Okay. You got it, man. You got it.
And they're sitting there laughing and shit. But the fact of the matter is that's exactly what she's going to do. And y'all are going to sit there and watch it and laugh until Jim gets tired of fucking with her. And then you're all going to leave her. And she's going to wonder where everybody went. She lost all her friends.
And I'm not going to hold this over her head. But what I'm trying to say is I'm praying I did not waste my money.
Well, I think you already know the answer to that prayer. So, the moral of that story is next time, pray before you give the money for something like that. Don't pray afterwards. Pray before.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. That phone and that minutes, so she could. It could help her to get a job.
No, you didn't. I can promise you that.
Goes and blows off at the first interview. I mean, it's just like, oh.
Yep. Things that make you go, I mean to told you. So if y'all were okay, so I'm just kind of curious if you guys were in the same situation as Jonelle. Just what if? Justin, I wasn't gonna say it. Actually, let me back up. Let's make this fun. In 5 words or less, give me your best piece of advice that you would give to Jonelle in this situation. 5 words or less. I'll wait. No, I won't. Oh, well. How about those numbers? Better get that robocall out there, girlfriend. Get them views bought. Get a job. Get a fucking job. Get off YouTube. Get off the boob tube. Oh, Ruben. Lucy Lou, the question in 5 words or less. What advice would you give to Jonelle? Hey, Betty Hayward, it's good to see you. Get off of YouTube. Fix your damn self first. Take a long walk off a short pier. Check into that asylum fast. Ooh, get used to the streets. Get your shit together. Twin Mama smashed X's numbers last night. Hey, beautiful Betty Hayward. Go to church. There is one job she can do, probably likes, and can sustain herself. It's the oldest profession. Apparently, she's already gone down that road, according to Jim. I caught on and get a job, bitch. Get a freaking job, slob. Get thee to a nunnery. Get some friggin' Beano. I know that's right. Brush your teeth. Jim is not going to help. Shelly Ray, for real, whenever the damn basket came around for tithes and offerings, she'd be pulling money out of it instead of putting it in. Join a brothel. Learn to give. Well, she's in the right state then, right? Grow some hair. Get a wig and tug on it, bitch. Lose weight. Oh, no, Georgia girl. No farting here. Stop announcing you eat farts. Y'all are wonderful. Y'all really crack me up. Let's see. There was something else that I wanted to look at. Okay. We'll do that one in a little bit. So, The real reason I called y'all here tonight is because Phil, I don't know that he's got much more. But the real reason I brought y'all here tonight. You mean Geraldine's? Geraldine done discovered she likes singing. Oh, I know. I heard her say something the other day about she should get something for free. They should give meals for free or something there at the shelter, the one she's got to pay the $5 for. Like, no, bitch, you need to get your ass up and go to work. You can work. Work. So, and then, wait, did y'all hear that other shit too? So apparently, they got the robocalls coming out on an 877 number. So at the beginning of Homegrown Show, him and Jonelle both get a call at the same time from the same number, an 877 number. And they're all getting all paranoid, thinking that it's somebody, I guess, a quote unquote hater is starting to spam them with robocalls. Are you fucking kidding me, people? Are you kidding me? The paranoia is not a good look. It really is not. And then Jim has to come up there and tell him, like, break it down with crayons and everything, Ruben. He used crayons and paper to explain it. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So, anyways, some of y'all people that want, oh, never mind. I'm not even going to say that right now. The real reason I brought y'all here tonight is because I got a little story for y'all. And I worked really hard at coming up with this story. And it goes a little something like this. I know, Buster. I mean, they're just fucking on the damn Mensa list over there, ain't they? My story is called Jellyfish Jim and the Fall of the Tyrant. In the heart of the Coral Kingdom, deep beneath the waves, lived an adult jellyfish named Jim. Jim wasn't just any jellyfish. He was a notorious tyrant. His tentacles were long, except for the main one. His glow, bright. And his ego, even brighter. Jim ruled the underwater community with an iron sting. He demanded respect, but never gave it in return. If any jellyfish swam too close, he'd zap them with a jolt of his stinging tentacles. If they dared to disagree with him, he'd chase them off with the furious current. Do what I say or else, Jim would declare, his glowing body flashing ominously as he hovered above the others. The smaller jellyfish, covered in fear, avoiding Jim's path whenever they could. The older, wiser jellyfish kept their distance, shaking their tentacles sadly whenever Jim passed by. They all knew that Jim would never listen to them. He was too proud and too consumed by his own pseudo power. One day, a soft spoken jellyfish named Mabel, known for her kindness and wisdom, swam towards Jim as he hovered arrogantly above the kelp beds. Jim, I need to speak with you, Mabel said, her voice gentle but firm. You're frightening the younger jellyfish. They no longer feel safe in Coral Kingdom. Jim flicked his tentacle dismissively. They need to toughen up. I'm making sure they respect me, he sneered. Mabel sighed. Respect isn't something you demand by force, Jim. It's earned through kindness and understanding. You can't keep ruling with fear for forever. Jim scowled. I don't need your advice, Mabel. You're just jealous because I'm in charge. You and the others are weak. If you can't handle it, that's your problem. Mabel's soft glow dimmed as she swam away, leaving Jim alone in his thoughts. He didn't care what anyone thought. He was Jim the Great, and no one could challenge him. His power was unquestioned, and he intended to keep it that way. Weeks passed, and Jim's tyranny only grew worse. He demanded more food from the reef than his fair share, pushed the younger jellyfish away from the best currents, and zapped anyone who dared to look at him the wrong way. The once vibrant Coral Kingdom began to lose its luster. The jellyfish swam in fear, no longer playing or laughing. The coral, too, started to fade, as if the ocean itself had been drained of life and energy. Then one fateful day, a storm cloud gathered over the reef. The water grew darker and the current turned wild. The younger jellyfish, who had already begun to avoid Jim more and more, swam to the safety of the deep caverns away from the dangerous waves. Jim, however, remained where he always did, in the center of the kingdom, thinking he was invisible. But the storm was stronger than Jim anticipated. The currents pulled at his tentacles, and his once strong glow began to flicker in the darkening waters. The reef he had ruled over was being swept away by the fierce current, and Jim had nowhere to hide. He tried to use his stingers to defend himself, but they were no match for the powerful forces of nature. As the storm raged on, Jim found himself drifting, helpless, far from the Coral Kingdom. His glowing light dimmed, and in the darkness of the deep and in the ocean seemed cold and indifferent to him. For the first time, Jim felt the sting of loneliness, and it was more painful than any zap he had ever delivered. Hours passed. The storm eventually subsided, but Jim was far from home. When the waters calmed, he was all alone. No one had come to help him. No jellyfish, no sea creatures, not even the coral seemed to care. In that moment, Jim realized something he had refused to see all along. He had alienated everyone. His fear-driven paranoia rule had pushed the very jellyfish who could have helped him away. The others had swum away from him, not out of weakness, but out of self-preservation. And now Jim was left with nothing. Slowly, Jim began to swim back towards the Coral Kingdom, feeling the weight of his actions like never before. The journey was long, and as he swam, he thought about Mabel's words. Respect isn't something you demand by force. It's earned through kindness. Jim never made it back to Coral Kingdom. The sad truth is he died alone, prey for a creature much larger and more powerful than him, one that devoured him and shat him out on the ocean floor. And Jellyfish Jim was never thought of again. The end. Now, there's a hidden message in this story. And that's that when we lead through fear and we demand respect, we alienate others and find ourselves alone when we need people the most. True strength lies in kindness, humility, and earning respect through compassion and communication. Something that Jim, the jellyfish, will never know anything about. Sociopath is an antisocial personality disorder, a mental health condition characterized by a persistent pattern of disregard for social norms, laws, and the rights and feelings of others. Everybody sleeping now? And the people of the kingdom danced and they sang and they lived happily ever after. That's right, Mountain Girl. Respect is earned. Definitely so. Definitely so. Bear with me as I look up one more thing. Um, Hang on just a second. Now, a lot of the information that is shared on these streams is information that has been shared multiple times. People know it. Some people do. There's always new people that come in. Bear with me. So, oh, thank you, Miss Canada. That's sweet. Yep, Kyle the Coyote, Jim the Jellyfish. The jellyfish are spineless. Turpy came up with it. I just ran with it. Thanks, Turpy. Give a shout out to Turpy over there for coming up with Jim the Jellyfish. Because he's spineless little bitch. Sorry, not sorry. So let me go ahead and present this. Yeah, most of us have been around for a while. So I'm just curious. So there was an article, I guess, that was done out there, and it says, and this is on one of those message boards he always talks about. It's interesting when you go out there and you start digging around in this. But on May the 14th of 2011, there was an article that was written or by Dan Hinksman. And it looks like the Reno Barons professional indoor football team has fired Coach Anthony Bartley and brought in a coach with a criminal past. General Manager Tim Pierce said Friday that he was unaware of Jim Terry's past when he hired Terry last week. Bartley was fired on May the 7th, the day after the Barons lost to Stockton. I met him in Las Vegas and really liked his football mind, Pierce said. We were having such a problem with our offense, I decided to give him a shot. We have entirely too much talent not to be able to score. The Barons won their first game, but have lost 2 straight. Terry acknowledges that he's been arrested for writing bad checks to himself. When Pierce learned about the arrest and other references to Terry on various minor league sports websites, he said he would potentially consider his options. There's a lot of message board garbage out there, said the 34-year-old Terry, a Florida native who lives in Las Vegas. I won a national championship in college. I wrote checks to myself because a promoter bounced checks to me. It was expunged from my record. No, it was not expunged from your record. It's still there. 98% of the stuff that you're going to see is by anonymous posters. In the 11 cities I've worked, no one has ever come up and said anything to my face. I'm extremely passionate about what I do, and I'm extremely good at what I do. Connie. Terry, a place kicker who won a national title at Long Beach City College in 1995, said he then went on to a 10-year career as an indoor league kicker. He was the commissioner of the Eastern Indoor Football League in 2007 when concerns arose about league liability insurance after a player was injured. A week later, players arrived at the arena for a game to find it padlocked because the team had withdrawn its league membership over concerns about liability, according to the story in The Vindicator, a Youngstown, Ohio publication. 2 blogs have alleged that Terry ran football camps and a football recruiting service in which he failed to deliver on paid products. The sites, one of which offered a $250 reward for locating Terry, alleged they sent half the payment for football gear, such as helmets and pads, but never received them. Dennis Justice, president of Justice Sports in Fletcher, North Carolina, wrote an open letter to an insurance company in which he said Terry is a cancer to minor league sports, and said that Terry has been banned from public schools in Pinellas County, Florida. Terry, who played at Countryside High before transferring to Youngstown, Ohio Cardinal Mooney, before his senior year, faces arrest if he steps on the grounds of any Pinellas County public school because of a trespass warning stemming from an incident with a coach, Justice wrote, quoting the Tampa, Florida Tribune from June of 2024. Terry said he considered taking legal action against Justice until he learned that he lived in a trailer. The Barons have also recently released 2 players, lineman something and receiver Scott something. We cut a couple of players because they had very bad attitudes, Terry said. You can't have the tail wagging the dog. What? They had the tail wagging the dog, and they're 1-2. The Barons play the Las Vegas Cobras at 7, blah, 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 blah. Terry said he's confident the Barons will win today. And if they don't, said he'll hand out 2,000 free tickets to their next game. Buy them. So, I just want to say that it's the same fucking song and dance that he's been using all these years. Anybody can, and Banshee Hunter showed it, anybody can pull up that criminal history. And look and see what's out there. You know, straight up, he's a fraud. He's a con man. He's a loser. I think that was his girlfriend's, Joe. I do. And it's at this point, guys and girls, guys and gals, it's humorous. It's gotten to a point for me where I'm watching what he's doing to these people, and I can't help but sit back and chuckle because he'll never, ever be able to do that shit to me. He'll never be able to use me, bud. Uh-uh. And I can keep doing this commentary over and over, but it just gets repetitive. It gets repetitive. And quite frankly, I'm I mean, I don't want to sit up there and watch Johnny jack his jaw all night. I don't care to sit and listen to him holler and scream and degrade people, while half of his crowd gets in a tizzy that he's degrading somebody and half of them are, you know, agging it on. And so, yes, Shelley, we do positive vibrations. We gotta lift those vibrations, y'all. Because I'm gonna tell you something. There's some shit going down in our world right now. I mean, there's some real shit that's happening out there. And we have to be focused on what's happening out there in the real world. Now, that's not to say that I'm going to give up doing commentary. That's not to say that I won't ever do it again, because I will. Just because he sits there and he says, I bet you won't do this and I bet you won't do that. You learned your lesson. Whatever, dude. Obviously, you don't learn lessons. So somebody around here has to do something. But I will start to incorporate new things. I will always stand up against bullying. It's not right. It's just not, and it doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on. And I will keep pointing out his bullshit. And I heard him say again today that he reached out to my grandchildren's mother. Jim, I don't care. I don't give two shits what you do. You gonna play another interview from her too? But just know that he who laughs last laughs the loudest. Sometimes you get into a position where you have to make wise choices. I'm very thankful for the wise choices that I've made. Very thankful. And while I appreciate each and every person that has supported me in one way or another, I'm going to tell you guys something. Not everything will be understood. Not everything will be liked or accepted. But I will do what I need to do. And I hope that people can at least accept or respect that. The same as I do for you all. Mm. Rhonda, you know, I'm it's hard. It's hard sometimes because there's been so much that has happened. And then when people start pointing the finger and, well, you did this and you did that, and old things that have already been forgiven get brought back up, and it just opens the wound again. So, for, and I hear a lot of talk about, well, you support this person that supports that person. Well, damn it, look, I'm just going to say it like this. If I only supported the people that you or you or you wanted me to support or like, that's as far as I'm going. I'm not growing. And I don't necessarily want to be around people that are exactly like me. I want to be around. I like-minded people, but just because you don't, I guess what I'm trying to say is, just because you don't understand the relationship between two people because you perceive something a certain way doesn't mean that a person is horrible because they associate with someone that you don't like. I feel like one of the reasons that nothing has ever been accomplished is because, number one, people cannot unify and come together because there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Everybody wants their say and wants it their way. And people aren't willing to compromise or budge. Well, Shelley, that's kind of like saying that if you hang out with someone that's atheist, you're probably atheist too. That's not true. Just not true. And people do things for different reasons. And I put that out there as as gently as I possibly can, not trying to be fake, just trying to keep it real. Well, I'm not asking you to, Shelley. I'm just saying that your general statement is not necessarily an accurate one. That's all. And no, you don't. You don't have to go back and check them out to see what they do once they've already shown you. I agree. I think that, again, everybody has their reasons for doing what they do. That's just my opinion. And for the record, people don't get a pass just because I like them. Just because I don't necessarily discuss everything here doesn't mean that they get a pass. I agree. Some make rules for themselves and expect others to do exactly the same. Yeah. And it it keeps people, like, I guess, at odds, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, and look, I have days when my moral compass is off. I ain't gonna lie. I get hell in me and want to be a heathen. Shelly, I'm not. I think you missed the whole point of my statement, but it's okay. I mean, honestly, I'm not here to pick an argument or pick a fight or to argue or anything like that. And it's just not. I'm not here to fight with anyone. Um, I'm here to continue to expose Jim for his bullshit. You know what, Buster Brandemus? We all get. I mean, the thing about it is that, hell, people will like you today and slap you in the face tomorrow, and turn around and like you the following day. I mean, it happens on here a lot, and things change ever so quickly. When victims turn into oppressors, though, that says a lot. I mean, you know, I think pretty much everybody would agree that um, the main catalyst, not the only, but the main catalyst for a lot of the bullshit and drama comes from one particular person. Like, that's where I think, from my perspective, that's where a lot of our frustrations come in, from that one person. But we spend so much time, arguing and fussing a bus with each other about our thoughts and how we think people should do this or that, or if you do this or that, and that we don't focus enough on the one that needs to be focused on. And I will tell you that it's those kind of things that make people who do um, put themselves out there, makes them burn out. And when I say burn out, I don't necessarily mean quit, just not care as much. It's easy to sit in a chat and type things and keep your anonymity, and but there are also people that, you know, get up on panels or whatever, and are innocent and just become friends with somebody and have their entire life fucked with. And sometimes it's really bothersome to watch when, like, everybody's got an opinion. Everybody, voice your opinion, whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's disheartening sometimes when people care more about attacking a person and being mean than getting to the root of the problem and just coming out and saying, this is what it is, and then making a decision and going from there. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Sometimes people forget why they're fighting. But I'm not gonna Joe, I like what you said. I want to watch what you do and see if we can mesh. I'd never hinder anyone's natural being. And I think that that's a good perspective to take on it. Because if what we're doing can mesh together and be even better, great. If it doesn't mesh, guess what? I can still have respect for you. Yes, Rhonda, I agree. I agree. Lucy Lou, very good point. And it continues to drive. Buster, I'm gonna tell you something. I went through months of hell from people that were not very nice to me, and it wasn't on Jim Terry's side. Remember when I left Jim Terry the first time? I caught hell from all of y'all. And a bunch of people left because they saw things or it happened to them. But I like you too, Shelly Ray. Sometimes you frustrate me, but that's okay. I'm sure I do the same. But I like your spunk too. And that's why I still go watch your videos every day. And I'll drop in your chat. And I felt that way since the night that I saw what happened to you on Bells. It wasn't right. And I could see how hurt you were. And that bothered me. It really bothered me. And I started watching your stuff and realized how talented and creative you are. And funny. So I'm good with that. Lucy Lou, I agree. Yep. Well, the thing is you guys are not going to get everybody to quit supporting him. Not everybody's going to stop. So, I mean, what's the plan at that point? I mean, there's people over there that have purchased memberships to my channel. They don't come in and chat because they will get attacked. And this is my channel. I agree, Lucy Lou. I stand 10 toes down on that myself. Chalet, as long as you don't feed me to your alligator. Yes, it's the pushing of the sides that's the problem. I agree. So I got a question, Buster. If you feel so strongly this way, why is it that you don't talk to the people in your group that go other places and still chat with people that support Jim Terry? Why is that not being addressed in that group, in y'all's group? I mean, it's shouted from the rooftops everywhere else. And I guess when I say y'all's group, I mean, I don't really know what the boundaries are of y'all's group or exactly who it entails or who's where. It's not my business. I don't care to know. I'm just making a point. I have seen people from Twin Mamas, from Fumbles, from Johnny's, from Bell's, from mine, from Salty's, and Homegrowns, and Bob's, and well, in here, um, in various places. Hmm. Thank you, Lacey H. And I feel the same about you. And there's nobody who is going to change my mind of that. And if they don't want to be my friend because I like you, that's fine. I don't need it. I'm good with that. People have a choice. And if I'm not their choice, that's fine. I'm not going to cry. Beth Hammond, I agree. Phil is a stand-up guy. Buster, come on now, really? Don't don't do that. That's not a good look. It's not. You and I have come a long way. But dude, you gotta loosen up a little bit. Can't be coming into my chat like doing shit like that. It's not right. I'm not gonna let you tag people in my chat because you don't agree with what they're stating. Is their perspective. It's their choice. People have stood up to Jim. And if they want to maintain hellos or whatever with people outside of that, that's their business. If you don't like it, block them. But you don't have to be rude and disrespectful about it. That's right, Roddy. Healthy relationships are built on communication and not assumptions. Yes, girl, he does. And that's when all the bullshit starts. Lord have mercy. Yes, Lucy Lou. And I appreciate you. I'm a floater, not a follower. Amen to that. Right now, it's come a turd floater outside. It's been raining all afternoon. And it is cold as a witch's tit in a brass bra, face down in the snow. Now, y'all know I'll be behind in chat, so don't be mad at me. Well, sometimes, Joe, that's the only place to, I mean, uh-oh. Oh. Buster, I'm not talking about one person you support that supports JT. You're sitting here basically saying, or what I hear you typing, or what I perceive is that, correct me if I'm wrong, is that you're saying people should not even support people that support Jim. That's what I'm talking about. And my question back was, if that's your stance, then why are you still friends with people that support people that like people that support Jim? Yep. I think a lot of us feel that way. Watcher. There he is. We just don't argue in front of others because it shows weakness. That's good, Ruben. That's awesome. For me, it's no matter where you're at. If people's families, jobs, neighbors, friends, disabled family members are being messed with, we all know a line is crossed. So nope, Rhonda, that's not what I'm saying. I agree. Nobody should be okay with that. Absolutely agree. No, Shelly Ray, I don't want anybody to follow my lead as far as who I like and who I'm nice to. But in my chat, I do ask that people keep it respectful. Well, Buster, then fuck all the way off. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, fuck all the way off. I mean, what do you want me to do? Sit here and cry and piss and moan? I mean, you're acting like Jim Terry right now. Go have a timeout. Come back next show. Or don't. Doesn't matter. You're being a dick. Stop being a dick. I know that's right, Nick. Ditto. I come here for the entertainment. Mm-hmm. Bill, I agree that not all people that support him are evil. And to make generalizations like that super short-sighted. And it's a contributor to everything wrong with group identities. Buster, it's the way you're going about doing it. It's disrespectful. Like now you're typing in all caps like Bob when he gets mad. You're acting like Jim, all because people aren't agreeing with you. It's that simple. Right, Lucy Lou? Yes, lions get crossed. Rawr. Chalet, no lions. Well, as a person, I'm not judging you, but the way that you speak to people and sometimes that air of arrogance, it's off-putting. And I'm just stating my opinion about it. Thank you, Shelley. Buster, I did not say, again, you're so angry right now, it seems that you're not listening. I didn't say that you support someone who enables and supports JT. You know what, Buster? Maybe when you calm down, catch the replay. How about that? Because I'm not going to sit here and repeat myself again. You've distracted long enough. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. Period. I mean, cry me a river. I don't know. Fuck you then, barefoot, weak ass, just like Biden and Facebook censor opposing thought. Fuck you, Buster. You're a bitch. How about that? Do you talk to your wife with that mouth like that? Are you abusive towards her like you are to people on YouTube? Fuck the fuck off, bitch. Get the fuck out of my chat and don't come back, motherfucker. How about that? Go be a dickhead to somebody else and fuck yourself while you're at it, asshole. You're rude, you're disrespectful, you're arrogant, you're fucking controlling. You're no better than Jim Terry, Buster. No better. Don't come back here again. Period. I don't need that shit. I don't need you. And I don't need your bullshit. So fuck the fuck off. I agree, Joe, but then you have people like fucking Buster that come in here with this fucking bullshit. And you can't have that. Vision, I try. Yeah, Nick, hypocrisy seems to be a contagious fucking disease around here. Rhonda, I agree. Buster, it's not about everybody. You're being disrespectful to my chat, and I'm not the only one that sees it. Ooh, Beth Hammond, that is a mouthful right there. I never want to tell God I cannot go to heaven because I don't like someone there. I wonder what his reply would be. He'd say, well, don't come. Because he says, if you can't forgive and if you can't love your neighbor, then you don't belong there. Yeah, it is. It's acting exactly like the person that he hates. Damn, Renee. I didn't realize that. I mean, I'd seen he said some shit about Nick, but I didn't realize it was like that. Kumbaya, my lord. Oh, Mountain Girl, I agree. I can tell you that that there are a lot of people that bushwatch that won't come in here because of what just happened. And it sucks. It really sucks. Yeah, he didn't. Farmer Fred, that ought to tell you something. Yep, Shelly, I agree. Hey, look, I'll always break out in a song, Trizzle, especially when Shelly Ray gives me a song to go on. That's a thought, right? I mean, but fuck, you can't please everybody. And it, yeah, I'm not even playing that game. If you don't like what goes on over here, don't come. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Um, let's see. Sing you a good night country song. Good night, Irene. Good night. Or no, a better one. Silver wings shining in the sunlight, roaring engine headed somewhere in flight. It's taking you away, leaving me lonely. Silver wings slowly fading out of sight. There you go. Roddy Parade, I agree. Some families may be having real consequences from stupid antics to this day. I don't judge how people choose to handle it. So some men may go hard and kids may be paying a price right now. Yeah, I was kind of off. My voice is a little tired at the moment. And Geraldine, I have found, sings way better than I do. But Hot Spot, were you being dirty minded again and had to get timed out? Bad girl. And get a spanking. Yeah, Renee, that's probably why they got along back in the day so well. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I sure will. I can do that. Yep, Roddy. You can float, Roddy. Unless you're a roughage turd, you know, one that sinks to the bottom as soon as it hits the water. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Um, Nick, I agree. I agree. Twin mama, I love that. Calm down, little ones. Oh, hot spot. I could tell you a secret. I sure could tell you a secret. Just go look up Uncle Gary. We'll have calendars out soon. Simmer down now, kids. Simmer down. Everybody go back to your corners. Take 5 minutes. From Phil? What are you talking about? I stole them from Phil. Oh, are you kidding me? He ain't got shit no more. The older one, the 8-year-old. Oh, some of the things we catch on here sometimes. Ruben, it's because you've had practice in that pool. That's what that is. Been practicing. I'm a floater most days. I was. Um, Joe, I'm not a very good swimmer. I love the water and I love to swim. I just don't swim well. Now I can doggy paddle for days. Just saying. Live with Nick. They look like solo cups. They look like red solo cups. I'm just saying. Well, at least one of them does. The other one might be a little mangled or something. Ew. I don't know about having those shrimps in my swimsuit. Come on, sinkable bitches. I enjoy you guys and gals, especially when y'all get on a roll and start talking about something. Um and it just yeah. Mm-hmm. That too. So anyhow, we've been on now for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So, oh, Miss W, you're late to the party, and I'm getting ready to close that. Look, I'm gonna smoke this cigarette. Y'all know how this goes. I'm gonna smoke this cigarette, and then, and we'll forgive you for being late to the party. At least you made it. Yep, Twin Mama kept me up late too. I was listening in, and I really thought I was gonna pay for it this morning, but it wasn't too bad. I was surprised. Um, oh shit, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm over here. We don't do Candy Crush in this house. That's a big fat no. Why does it do this shit? Sorry. I don't know why that damn thing was wanting me to do some damn Candy Crush. Because they know I don't mess with Candy Crush. Somebody farted in chat. It wasn't me. It was not me. Um.
I don't drive, so. All right, who farted?
We know who does that. Yeah, Twin, are you going on tonight? Who else? Somebody else needs it. Shelly goes on during the day sometimes. I like catching those. Hey, Catfish, it's good to see you. Freya, good to see you. Um, we got Fumble goes on Friday nights. Twin Mama, I don't. Twin Mama, she catches what like been once or twice a week lately. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna jump off, Twin, and everybody, Twin Mama is gonna go on. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it shut down now, so she can get her stuff up and going. And I know Shelly, but sometimes it's really fucking funny. So I just sit and listen. So again, thank you all for coming and joining tonight. I hope y'all like my story. I'm gonna try to do another one real soon. I like the stories. I just want to say thank you again to Hotspot coming in on the super stickers and super chats. Mental Midget, Twisted Tea. Thank you for your membership. Mental Midget, thank you for your super sticker. Miss Canada, Sandy, Shit Show, 2468. Who do we appreciate? The Bears. The Bears. Oh, wait. But yes, I do appreciate all of you all, everybody who's joined the membership. While you're out there being blessed, be a blessing to someone else. Y'all come back now. You hear?